It wasn't easy, it took time, but I did it slowly because I understood that if I could sleep more, that would avoid me crashing when it's vacation time. And and I cannot do the whole, I had my plan for my vacation. I can't do everything that is on the list because I'm too tired and I'm recovering. Are you trying to lose weight? Are you wondering why you keep gaining weight even though you don't eat unhealthy or things like that? If that's the case, keep watching. Hi, my name is Amina. I'm a life coach and I'm here to help you with some tips and another perspective. And in case you have some questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you have some video suggestions, please do the same. Everything is welcome here. If you like what I do here, please subscribe and like and share and help me spread the word and help more people. So today I want to talk about how weight gain can sneak up on you. So I've been in this situation, and it's not like I've been overweight, but you have in your mind a weight that is kind of ideal for you because okay, when I weight this, I can get into my clothes that I like or something like that, or that's the way I feel better, that's the way I feel healthy and things like that. So but before we get to the details and the tips, I also want to say, I'm not here to shame anybody. I believe everybody knows what's best for them. So if you want to lose weight, or if you're just trying to understand why you're gaining weight, but I'm not here to say, oh, this is not okay or whatever. That's not my job. That's not why I'm here. I'm just here to give you some tips to help you understand, because I've been there and I've always wondered why. So I think I have some answers, and maybe those answers can help you. We'll see. Okay, so number one reason that I found in my case, and maybe you will find for you, is not monitoring the weight. Okay, so I try to monitor my weight regularly, so in case I am eating badly one week, and I'm trying to maintain a specific number, but I also know that I cannot stay at that number, like it has to be this. Sometimes it's going to be a little up or a little down. Usually it's a little up because I like to eat. And yes, so I'm trying to stay around this number, and this is my ideal number. So I would say in this case, what is your ideal number? And once you know that, now you need to monitor your weight and make sure you just stay around that number. That doesn't mean if you go over or under, it's a bad thing, unless it affects your health. But if it's over or under and you just want to stay around that number, good. But keep monitoring your weight, not in an obsessive way, not like in a sick way or degrading way. No, it's not about that. You define the weight that is ideal for you, and you go there with peace, because it's not how do you say that? It's not like if you don't weight this number, it's going to be the end of the world, or you're going to be shamed. At least not from me. Maybe some people will, but yeah, it won't happen here. But yeah, define this weight, and then you try to monitor it regularly. So if you go over and you're still comfortable with your body and you don't want to make the effort to release the extra weight, good. If you're not comfortable, you adjust, and then you go back to what you prefer. Once again, it's not here, the goal is not here to shame anybody, so just do whatever works for you, but just make sure you're healthy, whether it's overweight or underweight. Just make sure you are in a good balance, if I can say that. So point number 2, you can gain weight because you need a lot of energy. So what do I need? Sometimes I don't sleep enough, so I'm trying to sleep at least 7 hours. It can be very challenging, but this is the minimum that I'm trying. So to be honest, right now I'm more around 6:45 or something, sometimes 6:30, but I'm trying to get up to 7 hours. So some days I'm successful, some days I'm under, but I always do my best to not go under 6:30 hours of sleep. And so when you don't sleep enough, you get tired. And when you get tired and you have to get through the day, you're gonna need energy. And at some point, when it's like you're getting through after the afternoon, you start to feel tired, and now you feel that, okay, I need that energy. It's like you're taking coffee because you feel tired. You're taking coffee to replenish yourself, kind of. And so you do the same with food, and you will tend to eat what is salty, what is greasy, and what is sugary, what is sweet. And so be very careful with that. So to avoid that problem, just make sure you have enough sleep. When you're really tired and you really need to recover, make sure that you find the time for it. And I know it can be challenging for a lot of people, so I'm not here to say it's easy. I have an idea, but always do your best. If you're sleeping 5 hours, try to do, even if it's 15 minutes more or 30 minutes more. But you do this little by little until you get to a point where you feel that, okay, when I sleep that many hours, I feel great, And I know not everyone has the choice. We always have a choice, but it's always, if you feel that sleeping 5 hours is what you need because you have a lot of things to do and you don't have the time to do them, so you have to sacrifice your sleep. Just do your best to get a better sleep over time. Right now maybe it's not possible, but over time, just do your best. If it's 10 more minutes you can sleep, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, don't underestimate those extra 10 minutes. It can make a big difference, and over time you're gonna feel the difference. And what happened in my case is, at some point I was like, ooh, when I slept that 7 hours for 3 weeks, I actually felt great. And so I was more motivated to sacrifice other things to prioritize my sleep. It wasn't easy, it took time, but I did it slowly because I understood that if I could sleep more, that would avoid me crashing when it's vacation time. And and I cannot do the whole, I had my plan for my vacation. I can't do everything that is on the list because I'm too tired and I'm recovering. And so my body knows, oh, it's vacation time. And so it takes the advantage. And now it makes me sleep over, So be careful with that. And so do your best to sleep as much as possible. When you are in need of a lot of energy, try to get some healthy snacks. So I used to eat like chips, or I don't remember what's the name, cookies, things like that. But then I replaced them with fruits, and I'm trying dry fruits as well, like dates or apricots or things like that, bananas. I'm trying to find something that is sweet, but that is healthier than the unhealthy stuff, if I can say that. And so be careful with the need for a lot of energy when you're tired. That's a way to gain weight if you don't pay attention. Point number 3 is the extra portion you get when a meal is really good. Okay. So sometimes you can cook something, or somebody's gonna cook for you, So for example, I was on vacation with my brother and sister-in-law, and she's a very good cook, and so every time she cooks, I'm like, oh, this is good. And even if my tummy is full, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna take an extra portion because I won't do it every day. And so I'm taking advantage of that. But the problem is, if you do it all the time, that means you're overeating, because your tummy is full, but you're eating more than what you're supposed to eat. And so if you don't pay attention, that's another way to gain weight. And so what do I do in this situation? So to be honest, it's still very difficult. So what I do is I take half of the extra portion, or I will take an extra portion, but I'm gonna eat less for the next meal, kind of to catch up on what I did. So I'm gonna eat maybe a salad or something, that is less, that has less calories. And I'm not the type that counts and weighs stuff to know, okay, this is the number of calories we have in this. I just take a salad because, a salad is, by definition, has less calories than other food, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. And so be careful with that. You can take your extra portion, but make sure that you balance it with the next meal, or maybe the next day or something. There is always something to do, but it's really a question of balance. If you eat more here, make sure you eat a little less here. And if you have a better way to do that, just do it. But this is what I do. And yeah, but the extra portion, it is when your sister-in-law is a very good cook, you have permission. Okay, so before we get to the next point, I wanted to let you know that I have a coaching service one-on-one. So if you are interested in working with me, you can reach out using the link in the description box, and I will get back to you as soon as possible, and we'll see how we can make things happen. I also have a blog, and you will also find the link in the description box. And so I talk about the same kind of subjects, it's just the formatting that can be different. But if you like to read, you can give it a try. Thanks in advance. My next point is when you need a sweet after eating. So usually that happens for me when I eat lunch or dinner. Lunch, yes. And so when I eat something that is salty, I usually want to eat something that is sweet, and vice versa. And so when I eat my lunch or the dinner, I usually take an extra, something sweet. So what I used to do was eating a cookie or eating a cake or, something like that. And so because I know I need my sweet after the meal, so what I do is now I just replace it with a fruit or a yogurt. And even yogurt doesn't work for me because lactose is not my friend. But yeah, so you can try to, replace the cake or the cookie or, whatever else you're eating by with the fruit. Like something that is sweet but that is healthier and will be better for you. And even if you want to eat like 2 fruits, that's good. It's still better than a big cake with lots of problems inside. So that would be my suggestion. So yeah, let's see. Okay, next point is the emotional eating. So usually when we are sad, so not everyone, but many people, when they're sad, they tend to reach for food and to eat. And so in this case, what you can do is to have a control over that, because being sad doesn't mean you have to eat. Eating is not going to make you feel better especially when you go you weight yourself and you see that, oh, you got 2 or 3 extra pounds, and that depends on who you are. For some people it doesn't matter, but if it matters for you, that's what is going to happen. So you have to take control of the sadness. If your sadness is something that is permanent, let's say that's something that happens very often, you need to work on that. Because if you can't stop that kind of sadness, that means you're gonna have less times where you need to eat to feel better. And so go and dig deeper to see why you have this sadness that is there regularly. And if it's something that happens once in a while, I would say it's okay, because you're not eating that way every week or every day. So if it's like one in every full moon or something, it's already better than every day. So another reason is winter weight gain. And so for that one, if you live in countries like Canada, or I would say Sweden, that kind of countries where the temperatures can get really low, so you have to be careful. Because when it's really cold, the body, it's like we stock more energy. We need more energy, and so everything we eat, it tends to stay in the body, because the body needs more energy to stay warm. And so we tend to eat more, and so we need to be careful with that. In my case, so I live in a very cold country and so every winter I gain weight, and I'm not very comfortable with that. And it's not because I feel weak. It's more like, I cannot depend on what is happening regularly. I cannot go up and down every year just because it's winter. I have to find a way to stay stable. And like I said, you have that number. If you're a little up or a little down, but usually it's a little up, it's okay. But when it's like way up, that's a different story. And usually winter weight gain, you're gonna put on a lot. And so if you monitor your weight and you make sure you do it on a regular basis, you will be able to catch on when you gained way too much weight, and then you can adjust. And in this situation, you will need lots of willpower and discipline and routines to make sure that you sleep enough, you eat your fruits instead of cakes and stuff like that, and you stay very diligent with the way you eat and with the extra portions and stuff. So when you add all that, it can be very dangerous. And so let's be careful with that. But me, I fall in the trap every year, and I'm tired of that, because when the warmer weather is back, you're like, okay, what do I do? So it's better to just keep the same weight and make sure that you don't have to do an extra work, because you need to release the weight at some point. So let's just find a way. And so for me, for the winter weight gain, it's really about being aware and monitoring and making sure that we don't reach out for unhealthy food because it's cold and we need energy. And so okay, so my last point is, so I heard many people talking about cheat day. So I have cheat days. I have 2. And so during those cheat days, that's when I allow myself to eat unhealthy, kind of. But sometimes I tend to do way too much, and it's not good. And so in those days, so now what I'm trying to do is, okay, you can eat cookies and whatever you want. So you're disciplined for a few days, and then you can eat whatever you want. But just make sure you don't do too much because at some point it's not really interesting. And so when I get to that point, when it's my cheat day, yes, I eat whatever I want, but I still keep the same portion, if I can say that. I do my best to keep the same portion as what I would eat on a normal days. It's just the quality of the food that will be different. So I can go eat like how do you say that? I forgot. That's okay. But yeah, you can eat whatever you want. Just make sure that it's not too much, because the next day, the next time you're gonna weight yourself, you're gonna regret it. So be careful. And once again, I'm not here to shame or talk down to anybody. We do whatever we want. It's just that some people like to have a specific weight because they feel great in that body, and so they gain weight, but they don't know why. And so this is the point of that video. It's just an attempt to give you some reasons, and then you can do your own digging and check your own habits and see what is not working for you. And I'm not here to say, oh, you should do this, oh, you should do that. That's not my problem. I just want everybody to be healthy and happy. That's all. Okay, so as a recap, the reasons why weight gain can sneak upon you are: so number one, not monitoring your weight. Number two, when you need a lot of energy, you tend to reach for unhealthy food. Number three is eating an extra portion when a meal is really, really good. Number four is when you have a sweet tooth after a meal, so you want to eat something sweet after a meal. Number five is emotional eating. Number six is winter weight gain. And number seven, when you do too much on your cheat days, if you have them, because some people just don't have cheat days. Okay, so my challenge for you today is I'm not sure if that's a really good idea, but if you're really serious about that, I would say buy a scale and start monitoring your weight. And that's once again for people who have a healthy relationship with their weight. I'm not here to tell everybody you need to weight yourself. No, you do whatever works for you. But for those who are interested in that, that's one thing you can do, because what you don't measure, you cannot improve it. So if you monitor your weight, at least you know what's going on and you can adjust every time. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share if you like what I do here. And if you have questions and video suggestions for me, please leave them in the comment section below. My question for you today is, so for those who have emotional eating, try to do a little digging and answer the question, why do you have that emotional eating? What is behind? Well, that's it for today. I hope this video helps. In the meantime, I wish you a good week, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.